Hey guys, welcome back to Stranded. And if you're wondering why there wasn't a video yesterday, unfortunately, there's a lot of audio issues and the game audio was just way too loud that y'all couldn't hear my voice. So I decided that I was gonna reshoot this. And also I have a new mic, but I have to hold it up to my mouth because if I don't and I put it here, y'all can barely hear me, which is annoying, and I'm trying to find an alternative way to make it easier, but it's the best thing I got. And I decided to turn off the music for now, just so again y'all can hear me better, but I still have the sound audio. Right? Cause like okay, I think 2% is okay. And yeah, we'll stick with 1%. Just wanna make sure y'all can hear me. Took so many testing for this. Okay. And yeah, so if you're wondering why there's new loads, it's also because I was trying to make the video yesterday and yeah, stupid audio issues. So I'm gonna start over from here. Okay, so and okay, and I won't spoil what happened. I know it's like kind of sucks because I already saw all this, but this is the first time y'all are seeing it, so I'm gonna try not to spoil too much. But I'll explain as the scene is happening, though. Yeah. I winced and blinked myself awake as soon as the irritating glare of the rising sun could be felt through my closed eyes. Yawning and stretching, I eased what remained of my tiredness away. Feeling oddly refreshed, I slowly got up and surveyed the land from my sleeping area. Through dazed vision, I scanned my surroundings while memories from yesterday replayed inside my mind. Yeah, the flashback of the crash. Yeah, yeah, so we're just getting flashbacks from that. A disappointed sigh escapes my lips as I realized that this really wasn't a bad dream after all. It turns out that this was a reality I had to live through as well. I absentmindedly, I absentmindedly rubbed some gunk out of my eye while casting my gaze at Kim and Terry's empty sleeping spots. Concerned, I turned around to check behind me but felt only partial relief as I sighted Kim, sitting cross-legged on the sandy beach facing towards the horizon. Both no signs of Terry or whereabout. Okay, and before I continue, I really hope, because I did a lot of testing with my mic to make sure that, because there was an echo I had um, on OBS because there was like two mics playing for some reason, so I had to mute one of them. And when I tested it out, it sounded okay, so hopefully there's no echo for you guys while I'm replaying this part.
We do not care.
But with no signs of Terry whereabout. I walked toward the direction where Kim was, hoping to find some answers. I hated the fact that I was perhaps barging in while Kim was deeply contemplating something. But Terry wasn't enough of a jerk for me to justify his disappearance from the group. As I approached Kim, I couldn't help but marvel at his athletic figure. His upward sitting posture was one of confidence, and those broad shoulders gave me a strangely comforting feeling for a split second. The way that his shiny blue fur was swaying in the gentle breeze, it made me take a step back and give myself a mental lecture for letting idle thoughts get in the way. Are you doing okay there? You've been staring for quite a while. Huh? Oh, sorry about that, I said, feeling flustered from getting caught staring at him. I can hear him chuckling at my bad response before he went staring back into the horizon. The sounds of the waves crashing against the shores filled this awkward silence as none of us spoke anymore. The gentle breeze blew past us. Did you sleep? Did you sleep well? Yeah, I did. You're up earlier than the rest. Well, I'd like to hear Terry say the same. Speaking of which, where did that fox go anyway? The sunlight woke me up, but he just wasn't in his sleeping spot. I looked back at the campsite again, hoping that Terry might just be eavesdropping in silence. Nope, still gone. He said very little before he left about how he needed to think or something. I mean, I tried talking him down, but Kim pauses and shuts himself up, contemplating his next word. He took several deep breaths while closing his eyes. Once they're open again, he assumed a relaxed posture and leaned back on the sand while being propped up on his elbows. He looked calmer now, but I still noticed that his toned chest was heaving at an irregular pace. It's fine. Sorry I went off a little back there. Terry did go off somewhere, but I made sure that he didn't go too far off from where we currently are. He sounded dejected now. His confident voice trailed away into a low and barely audible mutter as he spoke the last sentence. Are you doing okay? You seem distant. I'm doing alright. You don't sound alright. I said I'm fine. Yeah. He stepped back at me, which felt rather uncharacteristic coming from someone like him. So yeah, he's very pissed about something involving with Terry, which you'll find out um, later on in the video. The person who went on a c about how calm minds and clear mind yesterday is now having a personality shift from chipper to crotch overly crotchet. I hate when they put these fancy ass words in the game, like, bro, like, I never heard this word before. To overly crotchet, that word overnight just didn't feel natural. I, of all people, knew that being stranded on a mountain of land and surrounded by a never ending body of water would not do wonders for morale, so perhaps Kim was also affected by it despite what he said. I'm sorry. That was rude and unnecessary. That was rude and unnecessary of me, he said, averting his eyes away from me in guilt. It's okay, I just wasn't expecting that. For a while, none of us knew what to say to one another. How does one even recover from this awkward situation? Thank you. What? What do you mean, thank you? Thank you for stepping up as our leader. You were the only voice of reason among a desperate crowd yesterday, and I thought you should know since no one mentioned it yet. I paused, half expecting to be cut off at any time, yet the blue husky only made a soft grunt of doubt. Kim was trying to remain stoic, yet his ears did perk up and twitch ever so subtly as I offered my compliments. I had more words left, but before anything, I went next to him and sat down. The pleasant warmness of the sand brushing against my skin and the gentle crashing of waves helped me to somewhat cope with the tense situation. But I couldn't tell if Kim was feeling the same way even as he kept staring into the horizon. What I'm trying to say is, I'm here if you need to talk about what's bothering you. He went silent and took a bit. Oh shit! Sorry. He went silent and took a moment to ponder his options. When he came back to his senses, he looked a bit more confident than before. No, I just realized I could just do this. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, but I'm alright. The answer came out with little hesitation, but yet the words didn't feel flat and it sounded droning as before. It's still an improvement, at least, if even if it's for a bit. Maybe you aren't accustomed to seeing me this way, that I acted like he does sometimes. I won't ever be like him, not once, not ever. He spoke softly in the last part of his sentence, but with more emotion this time, as if he's having a hard time admitting it himself. I let him continue speaking his mind as I sat quietly listening next to him. I'm going to prove him wrong and become the person he believed that I couldn't be. I'll make sure that everyone gets back to civilization in one piece. There will be no more losses, not on my watch. His words came out in a calm and pronounced manner, spoken like someone who was full of determination and fire to press on when the odds were against him. No further explanation from him was needed to justify his true intentions, and yet, what do you mean by losses? Once again, Kim could only shake his head in disagreement behind closed eyes. That's not something I'm ready to share yet. Besides, we have work to do. The husky said as he stood up and extended an arm to help me up, which I accepted. Whoever this person that Kim mentioned, they managed to get through to Kim, and it concerns me. If it's Terry, then you can only wonder what he had said to Kim. Whatever happens, we need to have a clearer head to get through today. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. I heard while I was preoccupied with brushing off the sand from my lower body before looking up at him. A calm mind's a clear mind, right? I said, startling him with my remarks. Right. I walked past Kim and had a head start and headed straight to regroup with the others. Kim followed suit at a comfortable enough walking speed to catch up to me. He kept his pace along with mine, making sure I wasn't falling behind all the way to the campsite. We approached the campsite and waved to Lucy, who seemed to be the only one awake. Yeah, they're just sleeping on top of each other. We'll say the CGs of the game are really cute and funny. I also love the sound effects. Beru was still sound asleep with a peaceful expression on his face. Owen, on the other hand, had a rather comical grin on his face. His lips were quivering, as if he was trying to talk in his sleep. They sure look comfortable enough to be able to sleep all night long. Yeah, I kinda feel bad trying to wake them up now. Well, I don't. Hey guys, wake up already. Kim went to Beru's position and gave the bear a very gentle shake to rouse him from his slumber. He let out a yawn and gazed around groggily as I tried to wake Owen up. Surprisingly, the otter did not stir even as me and Kim took each took an arm, trying our best to rock him out of his deep dream. Sure, it took more effort for some, but eventually the gang was all awake. Alright, so what's the plan then? Well, some input from the rest would be good. What do you guys think? I said as I turned my neck to check on them and caught the two leaning haphazardly against one another. They stared lazily at me with droopy eyelids that could close at any moment, while bobbing their heads back and forth, still struggling to stay awake. Okay, just as a warning, because Lucy's about to make lots of noise in a minute, so if you're wearing any headphones, I would lower the volume. Lucy let out an annoyed sigh, then got up. She rose to her feet and picked up a discarded can from last night. Her action seemed strange. Her action seemed strange at first, but a sense of realization sets in at the sight of a small stick she was clutching in. her other hand while walking toward her two sleepy companions. Here we go. Thankfully, it's not as loud because I turned down the volume a little bit, but it was like really loud when I first played through it, or played through this part. Expectedly, the bunny banged her stick against the container right above their head, creating a sudden ruckus which caused Baru and Owen to both jump in shock. Baru falling back and Owen wincing and recoiling, bracing himself with his hands in front of him. Stay awake, you lazy heads, or we'll die for real today. She yelled right in their faces before tossing aside the objects and returned to her spot for a seat. I'm up. Yep, wasn't even sleepy anyway. Nope. As she sat, Lucy tried to look as calm as possible. Her eyes closed and the sound of meditative breathing became audible. Barry and Owen had a shocked look on their faces as they stared at Lucy, still trying to process what happened. Barely a minute later, Lucy had already opened her eyes. She cleared her throat. Sorry about that. Anyway, what should we do now? Alright, plan. Also, Lucy's kind of a crash out, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she seems. Because she kind of reminds me of Fluttershy, but she's actually like a crash out. You'll see, like, in a little bit why. The husky uttered nervously before finding a moment and regaining his composure. Well then, it is important that we replenish our food supplies. I say we explore this island a bit to find things that we can eat. Well, maybe you could start with fruits and berries. It should be around if we look carefully enough. We could split into groups of two and search the island while Owen goes fishing with the bait. Yep, sounds decent to me. Are you okay with being alone, Owen? I'll be fine, just count on me. Baru, is there something wrong about the plan? Baru was thinking rather intensely and was lost in his own thoughts. He stared into the sand as his hands covered his muzzle, before pulling them away, his face scrunched up with a serious expression. It's rare for you to be so serious. Are you okay, Baru? Are coconuts a fruit or a nut? Huh? Yeah, this part was funny. At least his head is working. I'm more concerned about his line of thoughts. But the word nut is in the name, coconut. Baru, I don't think that's how it works. No, you're right, Baru. It is a nut. It's actually. I knew it. Don't encourage him. Alright, enough about nuts. We're getting sidetracked here. We still need to divide ourselves into two groups. Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should. Anyway, what were you trying to say, Lucy? I didn't hear much with everything going on just now. It's. Never mind. If there's nothing else, Hizuka? Yeah? Would you like to go berry hunting with me or coconuts hunting with Baru? Oh, well. Okay, and also, I'd also said this. Uh, can't speak. Okay, I've also said this in my like first attempt at doing the video yesterday. I don't know why I can't think of. Sorry guys, I'm not fluent in English, but yeah, with my first attempt, I also said that yeah, the game is still in development, so there's some parts that aren't finished. Like for example, Barry's route is still in development, so we can only do Kim's route. So if when the game is fully done, yeah, when it's fully done, they'll have Barry's route as well. I think I'll give you a hand, Kim. Me? You're not following Beru or Lucy? Yeah, I'm sure the two of them will be fine. I don't think I'll be of much help, but it'd be better than nothing. Yeah, alright, can't really argue with that. Oh, come on now, did you really have to consider my companionship? I whined at him, which only elicited a wider grin from the husky. What? I was thinking about who else would be there for you when you start crying over being lost. Hey, I'm not that useless. I playfully punched his shoulder, looking up at him with puffed cheeks as he looked down at me laughing and ruffling my hair with his hand on my head. Hey, calm down, Tiger. I'm only joking. Gosh, you don't really put up much of a fight, do you? Anyway, I guess at least Barrow with you, Lucy. He's the guy I would be looking along the edges of the forest. Barrow and Lucy can look around the beach for any coconuts or building material for a shelter. Seems fine to me. I understand. You sure you don't mind me helping, Barrow? Of course, the more the merrier. If there's anything I can help, just call my name. Got it. Will you two be alright together? Though? We'll be fine. I learned a thing or two about survival and camping basics from my dad. If that's the case, then should we go now, Barrow? What? Right now? Can't we sit for a little longer? Barrow groaned as he plopped his body onto the ground in retaliation. Okay, then. Yeah, this part is funny. Lucy turned around and flashed Barrow a toothy smile, which slowly widened into a malicious-looking expression. Barrow, we probably should go now. Barrow froze up, his white fur turning a paler shade than it should in gold. Yes, ma'am. Barrow meekly replied before standing and trailing behind Lucy. Yeah, she did my main story though. Dang, I understand you have to get food though, so. It was quite a show. Witnessing a large creature getting tamed by such a small rabbit, the scene which unfolded continued to play in my head like a broken record. While my eyes could only stare in disbelief at both of them as they walked further off into the distance. Kim and I were only silently standing by until a familiar voice came out unexpectedly. Well, you lot have fun. We got some fish to catch. Smell you later? Owen said, brandishing a crude yet sturdy homemade fishing rod. It looked more like a stick of a fishing line I fixed at the end. On his other hand was the last of our canned food, which was to be used as bait. Wait, smell you later? Was that a Pokemon reference? Alright then, Owen. Stay safe. Oh, wait, where'd you get the fishing line? I found it and created this cool looking fishing rod. I just had to show it off before taking it out into the field. The otter said like a used car salesman trying to sell us the deal of a lifetime. You found it? It was worth a shot fishing for compliments. Anyway, bye. Owen hurried off towards the edge of the beach without giving us a chance to respond. Wait, what do you mean you found it? Owen? Wait. Anyway, I found it. Now have fun. Let's just ask him later when we get back. And you better bring home some fish, or there will be hell to pay. He wasted enough time on ourselves. Time to get to work. I turned to look at Kim and smiled. It was just the two of us now. Despite his usual calm demeanor, something about him just felt a bit off today, and the cause of it and the cause of it was likely Terry or me. Alright, would you mind taking the lead? Sure, I'll lead. Try to keep up, alright? Kim replied in a joking manner, smiling in my direction before making his way into the forest in the opposite direction of Lucy and Barry, pushing aside stray branches and leaves as I followed at the rear. Our journey had been quiet and uneventful so far. The surrounding foliage was rather tame and easy to navigate, with rays of sunlight shining through the canopy and brightening up our passage. We pressed on and busied ourselves scavenging any fruits of the wild that we came across. Berries, bananas, and leaves comprised the bulk of our gathering. It was getting a bit harder and harder to carry all these bounties at some point with so little hands. While I didn't know a lot about what I was collecting, Kim assured me that whatever I had laid my eyes on was edible. While my mind found some measure of respite during this peaceful interlude, the silence between both of us was excruciating. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick second to breathe. It's a lot of dialogue. Okay. The birds were chirping and the leaves were rustling gently in the breeze, yet deep inside I felt a sense of unease as a cold weight descended onto my chest until. You've been glancing at me a lot lately. Am I really that attractive to you? No, I blabbered out as Kim's voice yanked my own thoughts back to reality. Hmm? About you and Terry. Yeah, but his face drops as we say Terry. I asked while brushing through the greenery in front of me for berries facing away from him. I already assumed that's what you want to know. I'm sorry. His voice actors so much dialogue. Like, I like doing visual novels, but man, it's so much, man. Sorry, guys. The logical side of me wanted to simply apologize and be on my way. Yet the curious side of me wanted to know more. And what about it? He replied as calm as he always has been. He replied as calm as he always has been. Give me a chance to ask this time. What happened between you and Terry? He said some stuff about me, telling me that I was being power hungry or something like that. I waited for the rest of his story, but I only heard rustling. Kim must have gone back to minding his own business. I looked back to face him only to be met with his back turned towards me, so I wasn't able to see his face from the way he said it. He sounded normal, yet his reply left a lot to be desired. The atmosphere just didn't feel right, as if the calmness was his way of deflecting the issues or changing the topic. What did he say? I asked him again, prodding at the belly of the beast that just coaxed out of his dormant state. Feelings of uneasiness begins to make me reevaluate what I said. But uncertainty persuaded me to strike with. Oh my god, these words, man. Man. It's crazy because I took like advanced English in my 12th grade high school, so yeah, English not my best. It's my only language, but like, not even fluent in that. It's crazy. but uncertainty persuaded me to strike while the iron was hot. He called me possessive because I was taking control of the situation too well, that I had some hidden intentions and stuff. He said, gripping the branches of the berry bush. I couldn't see his expression, but there's a slight tremble in his voice. That's just. I'm not like that, am I? He asked me, letting out a nervous crackle. I'd missed his candid confession. Alright, I'm pretty sure last time, my first attempt yesterday, I did disagree. So, yes, man. I take a deep breath and begin to form the words I will be using soon within my head. I knew that honesty came first, but I had to lay it to him as gently as I could. I mean, Terry has a point. It must be difficult for a person like him to relate to someone who's as calm and focused as you are. You are outstandingly calm and amidst everything that was going on. Honestly, I can't really blame him. It felt off, even for me at first. I said while patting his shoulder with a smile on my face, hoping that would ease the burden of the truth. Without a word, Kim shrugs off my arm from his shoulder with a dejected look. Kim, is that what you think of me? Is that all you see of me? I was only doing what felt right, right? The husky went silent before breaking out into a peal of tiny laughter, which escalated into a hearty guffaw. Kim Ween, bro. Okay, does any of y'all know what gaffa is? Cause like I've never seen this word before. Like, yeah, it's a new word for me. Kim leaned his head back and continued to laugh until his voice echoed throughout the forest. Oh, come on now. Just because that fox sounds right doesn't mean that he was right. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone would agree that I was the more rational person, he said, trying to suppress a hint of disappointment and distress in his tone before letting out a huff. You're right. Huh? Regardless of how weirdly calm you act, I'm still thankful for it. You've been doing your best letting us when we're all over the place from the moment I see you. You're really odd. Yeah, that was always like you said, you're really odd. I don't know how that's supposed to help, but okay. But he still managed to keep everyone's hopes up, even for me, hoping that one day we could actually go home. So, is talking to him in a civilized manner still an option for you at this point? I asked, hoping that the conversation didn't create a bigger rift between any of us. A leader has to account for everyone. So that means, yes, I'll try to tolerate Terry as I've always been. It's not like I'm expecting any apologies from him. A calm mind is a clear mind. Hands off my catchphrase. Now stop slacking and get back to work, lackey. He said teasingly, almost breaking out into another wave of giggling before going back to tending to his own berries. Hey, I'm no one's lackey. I let out a sharp exhale, finally done with my patch of berries. At some point, Kim and I went on our separate ways to find what more bounty the forest had to offer. Though we made sure not to wander too far away from each other. I still didn't know if Kim would take my words to heart and choose reconciliation over aggravating an already strained relationship with Terry. But I sowed the seeds of forgiveness. I don't know about that. And all I could hope for was that it would change things for the better in the maybe. And all I could hope for was that it would change things for the better in the future. We had finished our gathering and managed to collect quite the bountiful harvest of our own, using the jacket Kim handed to me for us to use. I turned it into a makeshift sack. The corners were folded and pinch to be able to support the weight of the items we secured. It then tied to the end of a sturdy branch when I snapped off a tree. Oh, way to go, superstar. I knew you could do it. My ear flicked as I heard a familiar voice while I was tying the jacket to the branch, looking up to see the source of that voice. Okay, this next scene's gonna get y'all a little thing. Yo, I see you've been working hard. First um trying to act like Tarzan. Holy beautiful daddy. Yeah. Same man, same. Are you doing okay there, bud? You look red. Yes, I'm good. Uh-huh, my eyes are up here, buddy. It's crazy. Cursed by raging and filter hormones. Forget about me. Why are you shirtless? Well, we gathered so much stuff that I needed another bags. So I used my shirt. Plus, you have my jacket, remember? Also, when I first played this, I had locked an achievement of a new costume for Kim, which is being shirtless. So that was pretty cool. I didn't think this through. It's fine. I got to see our cute little interaction. Ugh. Someone please end me. I said, feeling my blood gush under my cheeks after being teased by Kim. Wanting the ground to swallow me whole, away from this embarrassing moment. So, shall we head back now? He said with his big, stupid, dumb smile plastered all over his face. I'm sorry that I'm yawning a lot, but it's not because the game's boring. It's just so much dialogue, man. To get through. Oh, let me drink some water. Alright, I'm back. He said with his big, stupid, dumb smile plastered all over his face. I stared at the ground, trying to avoid looking at Kim in order to hide my flustered face. Yeah, sure, let's go. I blurted out quickly picking up the branch, lifting the bundle over my shoulder to support it. The bulging bag made from Kim's jacket would be dangling, suspended in the air behind me whenever I take a step forward. I followed behind Kim and had my eye on the trail to ensure that our hard-earned reward did not end up on the ground. The sun was at its peak, beaming directly above us as we began to walk back to the site. Kim takes the lead with the bundle of berries wrapped in his own shirt, strapped over his shoulder. Every now and then, Kim would fidget around with a tiny clip of berries in his grasp to ease the sense of boredom. Do you think everyone would mind if I have some of these now? He asked me, looking down at his palms as the berries rested in his hands, rolling them around as its skin glistened in the sunlight. Don't you want to wait for the rest? Besides, how sure are you that those are safe? I said while trailing behind him, stepping my feet over his own footprints casually. I was barely paying attention anymore to the road on our return trip. Step. Kim looked back at me after noticing that my response felt delayed. I was too preoccupied. I was tracing over his footprints to notice Kim had already stopped walking. Sorry. My neck feels raw. Okay. was already too late to stop as I bumped my face on his back, snapping me back to reality. You should really pay more attention to your surroundings when you walk. You'll hurt yourself. Did you hear anything I said? I looked up at him, chuckling as I rubbed the pain away from my face. Yeah, I did. Look, if we make it there and no one's around, you can snack on a couple, alright? Deal, but I'm chowing down immediately when that happens. He says with a sly smirk on his face. Whatever, let's just get back quickly, you dork. I said in the same teasing tone he did with me previously, moving forward and pushing his back to get him to move faster. He laughs and looks ahead, catching his pace as he got pushed before taking a few quick steps ahead of me. Alright, fine. Sheesh, sounds like someone really needs some berries. We kept walking for several minutes down the same path we took to get to where we were. Standing at the same spot where we had spent the night around the fire Terry had made. Both of us looked around looking for any signs of the others, but to no avail. It seems that we're the first to arrive. I suppose so. You know what that means. Bro, when he first said this, I thought he meant like smashing. He was already looking at me with a smug look, and as on said, it looked like he was expecting for this moment. He really wanted the berries. Well, for sure he does. Well, come on, we just got here. Can't you wait a little? Can't you wait like a little longer? You come on, we've made a deal already. It's just a little bit. No one would mind. So, okay, hold on. I got to take a quick bath for break. Sorry.
One eternity later.
Alright, guys, I'm back. He said, pulling out the two berries he had tucked into his pocket, ready to shove it in his mouth. Just shake something. Okay. Alright, so last time the first one I hit, I did let Kim, so that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I get it. A deal's a deal. I sighed. Kim smirked, pulled out two more berries from his other pocket, and handed them to me. I studied the berries in my hand and looked at him confused. Wait, why are you giving them to me? Didn't you hear me earlier? Huh? What are you talking about? While you were busy chasing my footprints, I said that if I get to eat the berry, you're eating it with me. It wouldn't feel right to eat it alone since you are here. Wouldn't be a great leader if I did that. Oh, I didn't hear that at all. Yep, so we are going to eat them together. Don't worry, I assure that these ones are safe to eat. I studied the berries in my hand closely, not that I knew anything about it. Alright then let's eat it together at 3. 1, 2, 3. We counted down and we popped the berries into our mouth on 3. The berries were strangely sweet and had a nice taste. See, I told you it's fine. Yeah, I'm sorry for doubting you. Both of us piled up our bounty on a piece of banana leaf along with other leftover resources that we had. I returned Kim's jacket back as he dressed himself back immediately. Adios, sexy abs. Stop. Oh, didn't expect you to be back so soon. Lucy and Barry arrived at the camp not long after with mostly palm and banana leaves for food. Well, for food, they had managed to secure at least 2 bundles of bananas, and Barry was cradling as many coconuts as he could manage comfortably. Of the two, it was obviously the bear who looked like the more exhausted one. I hope we didn't keep you waiting too long, she said as she laid all the collected stuff on the floor as Barry followed after. My legs are killing me. Did anything happen while we were away? Barry managed a low enough squat to let the coconuts roll from his grasp onto the ground before laying down with a moan of relief. Nope, he replied quick and firm without giving me a chance to say anything. I guess I'll play along with it, respecting his decision. Nah, we were just tired after all that walking. Also, it seems that you guys got quite a nice haul there. I didn't do much though, but Barry insisted that he'll do the heavy work, since I don't have that much strength. As she said this, I could see Barry's soul leave his body momentarily. His soul's leaving, stop him. What should we do? What should we do? Quick, shove him back in. I brought a big stick. What are we supposed to do with it? What are we supposed to do with that? We could beat his soul until it's back in. That's a bad idea. Kim, please tell her that's a bad idea. Kim? But think about it, it might just work. Not you too. We don't have much time, we have to try. Stop, are you trying to kill me? You love to beat him with a stick, that's crazy. Thank God you're still alive, I thought we lost you. Stop, bro. Yeah, the facial expressions was really funny too. Sob, so worried. Sob. Who the heck are you? They're almost witnessing probably a murder from our eyes. We recollected ourselves and moved on. So what did you guys manage to scavenge? It's not as good as you guys, but we picked up stuff using some survival knowledge that I've got before. Kim proudly lifted the berries we bundled. Alright. Okay, doing Mr. Pusher. Well, I don't know why my neck is sore. Kim proudly lifted the berries bundled within a banana leaf and showed Lucy the generous amount of berries that we collected. She leaned forward quizzically to inspect the contents and brought a few berries up closer for a more thorough appraisal. Did anyone eat this? Yep. Okay. Yeah. This is the moment we realized that. Might have picked some bad berries. Why? Has anyone eaten any of these berries? She screamed out in a panic, her face covered with a worried expression as sweat began to slowly form and drip down the surface of her face. We did. The colors on Lucy's face went pale as she heard that. I looked at Kim worriedly. Did we eat something poisonous without knowing? That was when I noticed something was wrong. Izuka? Kim? I squinted my eyes and my vision suddenly blurred and a raging headache started pounding my head. My knees felt weak and unstable, threatening to give out if I lost focus. I reached out my hands, hoping to grab anything that could help me stay upright. A soft hand got a hold of me firmly. By the time I realized it, everything went blank. Wait, what's happening to the... Oh no, I think... Kizuko, can you still... Okay, I don't remember this part. Interesting. I don't remember this part. Okay, so this is new for me too. Her voice sounds muffled as if I was being held underwater. I barely understand what she's screaming about, feeling a cold shiver up my back. Okay. You point me which one you ate. My vision was a haze, my arms felt like lead. I want to just collapse on the floor and sleep right now. I clinged to the body in front of me, desperately using all my willpower to remain awake. Izuka, please, you're the only one that can help right now. Lucy begged, putting the group of berries closer for me to see. Kim, what happened to Kim? I mumbled to myself as my own voice failed to speak out. From the side of my eye, I see. Yo. Okay, so that's weird because. Alright, I'll say this. In my last. I did this first attempt yesterday. I picked this. Yeah, I picked let him, and this option didn't happen. Interesting, okay. So yeah, this is new to me. Because, like. Wow, okay, see, yeah, they actually. Because yeah, the berries we picked were actually poisonous. I figured arriving hard on 4. I could hear him breathing and deep, gasping desperately for air. My mind was filled with so many questions as I feared the worst to come. With much difficulty, I took in a deep breath and tried to focus my eyes towards Lucy. As my vision went clear for a short moment, I quickly pointed to the berry that smelled similar to what I remembered eating. Yeah, I know that look. They're the ones that often come bringing you some bad news. Yeah, those are the. I need to recall. Watch, it's just. Don't worry. I'm sure I could find someone. No, don't worry. I'm sure I could find some medicine to help. The rabbit stammered, trying to find the correct words to calm me down, but her facial expressions had already betrayed her. Once again, my vision went blank. But Barry, can you help Hisoka lie down? Make sure they don't fall asleep. Uh, I'm sure. Barry took me away from Lucy and gently placed me on nature's floor, right beside Kim. Lucy quickly left to look for the first aid kit. It was getting harder and harder to breathe. Every inhale burnt my chest as the world kept spinning around me. Hey guys, I'm going to help Lucy. The faster we find the medicine, the faster you'll get better. Barry said and quickly ran off. I tried to catch out. I tried to reach out to stop him from going, but he quickly disappeared from my sight. With much difficulty, I turned my head to face Kim. He lay there motionlessly. I could feel the poison invading deeper and deeper into my system. My limbs starting to feel cold and numb. My eyes felt heavy. Kim, I croaked out. I'm sorry. My breath hitched and my vision waned. I feel so tired, as if I stayed awake for days. My road slowly descended into an uncomfortable darkness. How could I let this happen? I shouldn't have let you eat that berry. There's another version of me out there, I promise. I'll save you. Okay, yeah, so. Oh, you pitiful soul. Your time to join the ones above is still afar. Do not worry, for I shall give you another chance. We shall meet again next time, on a time more opportune. Farewell. Huh? What was I? Hey, hurry up. I don't want the others to worry. Coming. Just following Kim back to camp, right? Yo. Why are there tears in my eyes? So did a... Guys, okay, I promise you, this did not happen last time. Wow, okay. I know. It's the last spiritual, because like basically what we ate were like berries, like I think Lucy called it death berries or something. Like, if you eat them, it kills you. But I chose the same option, but that didn't happen last time. I guess the spirit. Interesting. I kept walking for several minutes down the same path to get to where we were, standing at the same spot where we had spent the night around the fire. Terry and me. Both of us looked around looking for any sign of the others, but to no avail. Okay, so I guess it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so damn, I didn't expect that. That was a nice surprise. Okay, so save, save as to. All right, and I think I'm gonna end it there. Cause yeah, that was crazy. Cause I chose the same option, but the last time we didn't like die or anything. Wow. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there because my neck is getting sore. I don't want to make the video too long. Well, I mean, it's good as long for you guys so you can. I'm trying for you to enjoy it, but it takes a while for me to edit the video. It's like, I mean, yeah. But yeah, I just want to. Plus, I haven't had a lunch yet, so I'm gonna just.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
All right. Okay, yeah. So, okay. I think I was, yeah. I think y'all couldn't hear me because on OBS, this the source I was muted was the only one there, so I had to add it in the audio input capture, my existing one. But yeah, like I was saying, like that was interesting. I did not expect that to happen. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. So yeah, the next part on is tomorrow, basically. I'll choose. I'll stop him, and then um, is he, I think that would be it go on the route that I think I was on. So maybe I chose, but no, I'm pretty sure I chose let him though. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next part. So, peace.